Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Copper Jacket TV. So today we're going to be talking about the ATF's new rule on frames and receivers as it's entered into the Federal Registry. There's a lot of people out there that still have a bunch of questions like, what does that mean for the stuff that I already own? What does that mean for the stuff that I haven't made yet? Or the stuff that I have that's already made? Well, I'm going to try and answer those questions for you today, so let's get to it. Now, real quick, before we get started, I just want to thank you all very much for watching. If you haven't done so already, hit that little bell notification, that little subscribe button. It's free, and it only takes a second, and you can stay on top of your Second Amendment rights. Also, join the conversation down below. Get into the comments. That's where a lot of the great conversations really happen. So make sure that you leave a comment and let your voice be heard. And trust me, it gets pretty good down there sometimes. So check out the comment section when you have a minute. Now, I had to go to the Federal Registry and read a majority of the ATF's new rule just to find the section where it actually talks about this. Because mostly what it talks about is commerce. It talks about licensees, FFLs, things that need to be done, markings that need to be added, when to add those markings, and so forth. It doesn't really talk too much about the general public. It kind of leaves that part sort of vague, really, so it leaves people in the dark about what they're supposed to do with the stuff that they already own. But I found it, and I found where they actually talk about things that are currently in possession. So remember the comment period? There was like 290,000 comments that were added and things that the ATF had to address. Well, they had to put their response to those comments in the Federal Registry as well. And as one of those responses, they actually addressed this specific topic, and I'm going to put it up on the screen so you guys can see it for yourself. Okay, so just so we're clear, we're talking about unfinished and finished frames and receivers that were self-made that don't have a serial number. Now, I should start off by saying nowhere in the GCA does it say that anybody who makes something their own at home has to put some type of serial number on it or register it or anything like that. But leave it to California to try and make things worse for absolutely everybody else. Because during the comment period, California actually left a comment and basically tried to imply that everybody, regardless of whether or not they are a licensed dealer, an FFL or whatever, should have to do just that. They should have to put on a serial number, they should have to register, and so forth. So let me read you California's comment and then the ATF's response. So the ATF summarizes part of the comment like this, and when you see PMF or hear PMF, that means personally made firearm. The California Department of Justice stated that ATF should consider extending the PMF serialization requirement to owners as well as firearms licensees so as to foreclose the possibility that PMFs will remain untraceable. This commenter stated that ATF should require owners of PMFs to register those weapons after a reasonable time frame, such as 60 days after the effective date of the regulation, which would ensure all PMFs are safely tracked by law enforcement. So that was the comment. Now, let me go ahead and read you guys the ATF's response. In response to the comment that the rule should extend the serialization requirement for PMFs to individual owners, unlike the NFA, the GCA does not impose a marking or record-keeping requirement on unlicensed persons who are not engaged in a business or activity requiring a license. Nonetheless, under the GCA 18 U.S.C. 927, state and local jurisdictions are free to enact their own requirements and restrictions on PMFs, provided they do not directly and positively conflict with federal law. Did I say conflict? I meant conflict. It's all inflection. Now, I'm not a lawyer, so this shouldn't be considered legal advice. If you need legal advice, please seek a competent Second Amendment attorney. But I'm just reading things from the ATF's own letter here. And basically what they're going after is they're going after the market. So they want to stop anything new from coming in without a serial number. So they want anybody who makes these things for a living, any FFLs that have them on hand, that are planning on transferring them, they want all of those things to be serialized so they can undergo the 4473 and your background checks. Record-keeping processes, all of that stuff. They want basically the market to now move to a serialized type of platform for anything that's finished or unfinished. So when it comes to what you already currently own, there is a way where a requirement might be made for you to eventually have to put a serial number on it. So if, for instance, let's say that you need to have some work done, right? Something needs to be done, you have to take it to a gunsmith, you have to take it to an FFL to have the work done, and that FFL needs to keep it for longer than that business day. If they actually have to transfer it into their inventory, it will have to be marked before returning it back to you. If you take it for something really simple, like, putting on sites or something, and they can give it back to you same day, or you just kind of wait around the store and they give it back, according to this, they don't have to worry about any of the serialization or the 4473 or going through any of the transfers or transferring it into their inventory or nothing like that. So it's all kind of same day. But if you do need work done, and that work's going to take overnight, and they have to then transfer it into their inventory, you're probably going to have to 4473 it, go through the background check, any waiting periods that are involved, any local or state laws that, apply are going to then apply. So this really has a majority of the impact on people who are licensees, manufacturers, and people, folks of that nature. Now, I'm not saying it's right. This is all definitely wrong. We have a long-standing tradition of this country of making things ourselves and being able to make things like this ourselves as well. Now, I do want to mention real quick that this seems to apply to everything that you own, whether it be finished or unfinished. It's not going to need a serial number. It's basically everything new that's coming into the market. So I hope that helps some people out there who wanted a better understanding of exactly what's going on and how that could affect your privately owned, currently owned stuff. Again, it seems like they're really kind of going after manufacturers and licensees here. So I just wanted to make you aware of that. I want to thank you all very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please like, subscribe. Have a great day.